In this episode, I'm going to show you 10 ways to get rid of your boredom. Let's rise.
Rising to be. Rising to be productive. Rising to be organized. Rising to be inspired. Who are you rising to be? New podcast every Tuesday, new videos every Wednesday and Saturday.
Hello everyone, I'm Christina B Rising and welcome to the Rising to Be show, the only place on the internet where I help you rise to be who you want to be. Helping you rise to be productive, organized, and inspired so that you can reach your goals. I upload new videos and podcasts every single week, so be sure to subscribe as a riser so that you won't miss anything. Watch next week's episode early on patreon.com/rising to be. There's 3 tiers to choose from. Shop for workbooks, printables, and soon-to-be stickers at risingtobe.com. Now let's get into this episode. risingtobe.com has finally arrived. Shop for printables to help you rise to be your best self. Listen to our podcast that has been heard in over 60 plus countries. Watch one of our videos on our YouTube channel with over 50,000 views. Join our Patreon for exclusive and early access content. Check out our About page to schedule a consultation with me, review our sponsorship information, and sign up to be a featured podcast guest. All this and more available now at risingtobe.com. In honor of National Anti-Boredom Day, today's episode is going to be about 10 ways to get rid of your boredom. So let's get started. Tip 1, read a book. Okay, so as nerdy as this may sound, reading a good book, keyword good, as in a book you actually like, can get rid of your boredom. Tip 2, binge watch a show. For instance, if you're literally the only person on the planet who has yet to watch Bridgerton, now is your chance. I'm not telling you that you have to watch Bridgerton, but I'm sure you get the point. I was just about to start binge watching the show Manifest about the people disappearing on a plane for like 5 years or so. I know, right? It sounds incredibly interesting. But then I quickly realized that the show sounds incredibly similar to a show that I was actually obsessed with as a kid. And that show was called Lost. I'm sure you've heard of it. But anyway, as I was considering to take that plunge into trying out a new show, I heard the news that Manifest had actually been canceled. And so did one of my favorite shows, Good Girls, as well as others on NBC. I'm heartbroken it's ending, but at the same time, I kind of understand. But I say all that just to bring up to binge watch shows that aren't actually canceled, because it is incredibly heartbreaking to watch 3 seasons of a show just to find out that there will simply be no new episodes ever. So just do some light Googling to ensure your next binge watching session won't end up in tears from learning of a cancellation. Tip 3, call a friend. If you're bored, your friend probably is too. And if you call them, you can be bored together, which will eventually result in the two of you actually enjoying yourself. Tip 4, learn a new recipe. There's just something about cooking and being in the kitchen that is just fun. Now, what isn't fun is washing the dishes afterwards, but just cooking to the extent of how much you actually want to clean up, if that makes sense. Pinterest is a great place to learn new recipes. Shameless plug, I use Pinterest recipes on my meal planner printable that I use in my wellness happy planner videos. I'm currently revamping them at the moment, but they are still available in 3 unique color options, of course: neutral, colorful, and Rising to Be's pink and navy color scheme, which can be used in 3 different ways: printing them out, typing on them directly from your computer, and of course using an iPad or tablet. Available now at risingtobe.com. Tip 5, take a nap. Believe it or not, sometimes you're not bored, but you're actually just exhausted. Try it out, you won't regret it. Tip 6, do your laundry. Clutter around you can sometimes stress you out, which we can often mislabel as boredom. Like for instance, I have no issue with washing my clothes. I just have an issue with folding and putting them away. Yes, I am recording this episode and there is a laundry basket right next to me filled with clean clothes that I am strongly ignoring. So technically this tip goes out to specifically me. And here's the basket. There we are. This is real life, folks. This is real life. Tip 7, update your resume. I don't know what it is about updating my resume that gets me excited, but it just does. When I usually update mine, I usually immediately upload it to LinkedIn and apply to new jobs, even if I'm not actively looking for a new position. And I typically get to learn about a brand new certification in my industry that I definitely want to get to become a better candidate or even get a promotion. Tip 8, volunteer somewhere. Hear me out on this one. Use your boredom for good by giving back to the community you live in, by willingly giving your time and energy. Did you know that you can actually volunteer virtually? And yes, you heard me correctly. You can volunteer virtually at catchafire.org to find a project that matches your interests right from your home. So check it out and start giving back today. Tip 9, learn a language or a skill. There's just something about learning something new that suddenly becomes fun, ideally something you're actually interested in. You can even learn a new language by using apps and websites like Duolingo, which is my absolute favorite. It's set up like a game, so you kind of forget that you are actually learning something. As far as skills go, there are literally thousands out there, and you can even discover new skills you didn't even know existed right here on YouTube, and even communities to learn new tips and tricks. Tip 10, press play. Listen and discover new music on Spotify and Apple Music, or whatever you use to listen to your favorite tunes. Or check out new podcasts that interest you. You don't have to just listen to educational shows like this one. There are so many different types of podcasts out there, just like there are different types of YouTube videos. So I know for sure you will be able to find something that truly interests you.
Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I just want to share the comment of the day. Today's comment of the day comes from
YouTube commenter sustained by his love. Love your intro. 3 heart emojis and 2 hand clap emojis, or prayer hand emojis, depending on how you use this emoji. Fun fact, my animated intro for the channel took me an entire day to make, and it's only about 15-ish seconds. Thanks so much for your comment, sustained by his love.
Want to be featured as the next comment of the day? Simply leave a comment on a YouTube video or leave a review on wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, back to the show.
Bonus tip, locally travel. You don't have to go far to have a good time. Oftentimes, the cities we live in have seasonal events that we didn't even know were going on, especially activities that you think can only be done outside of your boring town. Things like rock climbing, ice skating without any ice, and so much more. If you've made it this far into the episode, share this awesome episode with someone you know who needs it to help them rise to be who they want to be. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hate for you to miss the next episode. Now let's get into our recap. So let's do a quick recap just in case you missed a tip. Tip 1, read a book. Tip 2, binge watch a show. Tip 3, call a friend. Tip 4, learn a new recipe. Tip 5, take a nap. Tip 6, do your laundry. Tip 7, update your resume. Tip 8, volunteer somewhere. Tip 9, learn a language or skill. And tip 10, press play. And our bonus tip, locally travel. You want even more Rising to Be in your life? Then join the Rising to Be Patreon. It helps you support the channel and other forms of content. There's 3 tiers to choose from,
starting as low as $4.
So here's a breakdown of Tier 1. You get access to the monthly wallpapers for your computer and phone to keep you motivated and inspired all month long. You get to choose 1 monthly video topic, and of course, you get a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 2 has access to monthly wallpapers. You get to choose 1 monthly video topic, early access to videos, and of course, a Patreon shout out in my next video. Tier 3 has access to the monthly wallpapers. They get to choose 2 monthly video topics and 1 podcast topic. Early access to videos and podcasts, a Patreon shout out in my next video, and of course exclusive access to my printable collection from my Etsy store, Rising to Be. And it's only available through Patreon and Etsy, so this is something you really want to jump on. There are 3 tiers to choose from. I plan on adding even more as we go along. So I hope you'll consider joining the Patreon Risers. Keep rising to be who you want to be. Thank you so much for stopping by and pressing play. I truly appreciate it. I hope this episode was helpful to you. Let me know down below in the comments or your podcast review which tip you'll be using. Watch next week's episode early at patreon.com/risingtobe for exclusive content. There's 3 tiers to choose from. And remember to keep rising to be who you want to be. Bye, risers.